the world around us.
YouTube live.
Through our sense of motion. Through our sense of motion. It is how we perceive. It is how we perceive colors, shapes and patterns. It is how we perceive patterns. Yes. Okay. Whatever we see, we understand that. Okay. Yes. Please stop talking. So how do you remember? How do we get attracted to some things? How do we get attracted to some things? Now, for example, we go somewhere, we see something. How do we remember one particular thing and forget everything around us? ఇప్పుడు మనం ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళంగానే అక్కడ ఏదైనా ఒకటి గుర్తుపెట్టుకుంటాం, రైట్? ఎవ్రీథింగ్ we forget. How do we remember? Do all of us remember the same? We all have gone somewhere to some outing, right? I have remembered something, you remember something. How do we remember? How do we remember those type of things? Yes. I'm just asking you a simple question. మనం అందరం ఇప్పుడు బయటికి వెళ్తున్నాం, ఓకేనా? వెళ్ళేసి వచ్చాం. అక్కడ మనం ఆ మూమెంట్ ఎట్లా గుర్తుపెట్టుకుంటాం? అందరం కామన్ గా గుర్తుపెట్టుకుంటామా? సేమ్ థింగ్. How do we differentiate them? Now, for example, I am there. I may be getting attracted to something. You may not like that. You may be getting attracted to something. So, but what is our common thing that we get attracted to? All of us, how do we get attracted to some common things? Some colors. Anni colors attract avutama? We get attracted to black and white. ఓకేనా? ఇప్పుడు కార్స్ కి బ్లాక్ ఉంటే మనం అట్రాక్ట్ అవుతాం, వైట్ ఉంటే అట్రాక్ట్ అవుతామా? ఎక్కువ మంది అట్రాక్ట్ అవ్వరు, రైట్? ఇప్పుడు మన డ్రెస్సెస్ లో రెడ్ కలర్ ఉంటే అట్రాక్ట్ అవుతారు. అదే సింపుల్ కలర్ వేసుకుంటే అట్రాక్ట్ అవుతారా? అవ్వరు, రైట్? లైక్ దట్. హౌ డు వి గెట్ అట్రాక్టెడ్? దట్ ఈస్ విజువల్ పర్సెప్షన్. సో హౌ డు వి గెట్ అట్రాక్టెడ్? బై కలర్, ద షేప్, ద సైజ్, ద ప్యాటర్న్స్. ఓకే, సో డార్క్ కలర్స్ టేక్ లార్జర్ వేవ్ లెంత్ అండ్ లైట్ కలర్స్ విల్ టేక్ నార్మల్ వేవ్ లెంత్. వేవ్ లెంత్ అంటే ఏంటి? అంత దూరంలో కూర్చున్న డార్క్ కలర్ పర్సన్ కూడా నేను ఐడెంటిఫై చేయగలుగుతా. అదే ఇక్కడ కూర్చున్న లైట్ కలర్ షర్ట్ వేసుకున్న పర్సన్ ని ఐ డోంట్ రిమెంబర్ హిమ్. క్లియర్? ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఐ సెడ్ ఐ రిమెంబర్ దట్ గై. హౌ డిడ్ ఐ రిమెంబర్? ఐ హావ్ సీన్ హిమ్ వన్స్ ఇన్ మై క్లాస్. హౌ డిడ్ ఐ రిమెంబర్? సంథింగ్ మైట్ బి from all of you. I might have taken a common some factor from him, right? Similar face I have seen. So how could I remember? So that is that some different types of memory, right? So here what are we remembering? By using color, by using the length, right? Wavelength. Wavelength and how far I could see, what is the size, what is the pattern, or what is the shape, and what are the different types of memory. That is, there are 3 types of memory for everyone. Everyone have the same type of memory. That is iconic memory, one is working memory, one is long-term memory, right? So about a second, I just remember and I forget it because that is not very important to me, right? Some of them will remember it for some point of time. Then we remember it every time in our lifetime. Whenever I come here, I could identify some people. Similarly, can I identify everyone every time I come here? I come once in a time, once in a month. So will I remember everyone? You all may remember me because I am a common factor here. But you are not common factors for me. Okay, some 1 or 2 I will remember. Right? Similarly, what is the duration? Just now I said how our processing happens internally is, one is pre-attentive. If I am attentive from the first, means if I am getting attracted from the first. Right? The second one can held. some time. And the third one is information is good, means what? Every time it is being stored the similar way. So how does it store is pre-attentive processing, even before paying we pay attention. అంటే ఏంటి? ఇప్పుడు నెక్స్ట్ టైం నేను రాగానే మీరు మీకు నేను మళ్ళీ నేను ఈ సబ్జెక్ట్కి వచ్చానని చెప్తానా? సో యూ ఆల్రెడీ హ్యావ్ ద ప్రాసెస్డ్ డేటా దట్ షీఈస్ కమింగ్ హియర్ ఫర్ దిస్ పర్టికులర్ సబ్జెక్ట్. Right. Next, can held and process some parts of data. Now at the end of this class, do you remember everything? Only some important things or what you could understand, you will remember that. And some of them will be always, you will be remembering them. So these are the types of memory. So why this exactly came here, why are we talking about this I and this memory is, here we are visualizing the data. Okay. When you are visualizing the data, how are we viewing it? How to attract the other people are shown here. Is this clear? Just put down about memory, just write down memory, types of memory. If you are given a question, you have to write all these things there. Memory, types of memory. There, the first type of memory is iconic memory. Girls, please be quiet. The second one is working memory. You don't see that, just write it. Iconic memory. Second one is working memory. And the last one is long-term memory. Long-term memory. Write on the key concepts in okay, key concepts in visual perception, key concepts in visual perception for data visualization. So what are the key concepts? First then write down sensation versus perception. Write down the key concepts here. Sensation versus perception. How do we sense it and how do we view it? Sensation versus perception. Second one, pre-attentive processing. Pre-attentive processing. Just now we spoke about the memory. That one will come here. Pre-attentive processing. The third one, visual attributes. Visual attributes. The different attributes here. What are the attributes here? Write on. Position. Matadama. Girls. Position. The attributes here are position. ఏమైంది? బయటికి వెళ్ళి మాట్లాడమా. Second one, length. Position, length. The third one is color. Color. Fourth one is size. And the fifth one is orientation and shape. The next one is cognitive load. What do you mean by load? Already I told you what is load. How much data we are giving, that sufficient data only is collected. Cognitive load. Next one is visual hierarchy. So what do you mean by visual hierarchy? What is hierarchy? Simple example again here. What do you mean by hierarchy? For example, I say, this guy is my grandfather's brother's son. Ardhamaitunda? How will we tell them? hierarchy. Hierarchy అంటే ఏంటి? First step, go to the next step, then the third step. In that particular fashion, if I explain, that is called as visual hierarchy. I am giving a clear information that how he is related to me. Just I cannot say it blindly. Okay, that hierarchy should come here. Write down visual hierarchy. So in our hierarchy, we are going to talk about the color, size, pattern. That's all. Visual hierarchy. Next, write down Gestalt principles. Gestalt, G-E-S-T-A-L-T. Gestalt principles developed by Gestalt principle developed by the German scientist developed by the German scientist in the year 1920 aimed to unravel the complexities. Now who will explain this one on the board? Girls, Gestalt principles ఎవరు చెప్తారు? సింపుల్ గా నేను చెప్పినట్టు చెప్పాలి. ఎవరు చెప్తారు చెప్పండి? Who will tell? Where is that green dress girl? She didn't come today. Aimed to unravel the complexities of human perception. Yes, someone is talking to the right side. Of human perception and how individuals visually interpret the world around them. Pink dress. Explain చెప్పు. సింపుల్ గా ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చెప్పలే. గో లే నడు, నేను అడగలే నీకు ఆప్షన్, నడు పోయి చెప్పుకో. మీకు అయిపోయింది కదా, వెళ్ళు తొందరగా, బుక్ తీసుకొని వెళ్ళు. గో గో, నో ఇష్యూ, గో, వెళ్ళాలి తొందరగా వెళ్ళు. లెట్ us see how many will accept it. గో ఫాస్ట్, తొందరగా లే, బయటికి వచ్చేసి బుక్ తీసుకొని వెళ్ళినా. సింపుల్ డయాగ్రామ్ వేసి చూపెట్టు అంతే. నడు, తొందర రావాలా. నువ్వు వెళ్తావా? డయాగ్రామ్ వేసి వస్తావు, నేను వేయలేనా డయాగ్రామ్? పో తొందర పోనాడు, నడు తొందర. గెస్టాల్ట్ ప్రిన్సిపల్ చెప్పేసి సింపుల్ గా ఏమేమి ఉన్నాయి, 7 ప్రిన్సిపల్స్ ఏంటో చెప్పేసి పో. 3 అంటా చూడు. ఇది 3 థింగ్స్ మనం అండర్స్టాండ్ చేసుకునేది. ఇది కాదు నేను అనేది. ప్రాక్సిమిటీ, సిమిలారిటీ, క్లోజర్, ఎన్క్లోజర్, కంటిన్యూటీ, ఇవి చెప్పు. చెప్పాలి, ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయాలి. నడుపో, నేను ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను. చదవద్దు, ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయాలి. తొందరగా ఫాస్ట్ గా. నౌ లిసన్ టు వర్క్. అక్కడ చూసి చెప్పాలి ఫాస్ట్ గా. Now what are the principles? Just listen. I will tell again. You explain it. Be fast. What do you mean by proximity? Yes. Girls, please be quiet. Hmm. అంతేనా మరి మిగతా ఎందుకు రాసుకోలేదు why didn't huh? go back go back yes please stop talking so what are these principles about okay by learning these principles what we understand is how to identify solution to a given problem so there are 7 principles in Gestalt principles this is very important explain Gestalt principle means this was developed by a German scientist in the year 1920 for what to identify means what to extract how a person is going to view some data and organize means how your brain interprets that particular data okay right on by learning these principles please stop talking by learning these principles we understand three things the first one is user interface design we will understand how can the user interface particular design okay how it is going to interface it second one graphical user friendly interface the third one grab the attention of the users so what are the 7 principles write on the first one proximity write on the first principle proximity yes I don't want you to talk write on objects that are closer under proximity write on objects that are closer to one another objects that are closer to one another are grouped together objects that are closer to one another are grouped together so what do you mean by this now see here this is the example right so which are in close association proximity means what which are in close association with the other which are in close association do we take this one as one group like this as one group or like this as one group how do we take it I told you about the game that game is here how are we going to put one thing into one group ఇప్పుడు ఇదొక గ్రూప్ ఇదొక గ్రూప్ right how could I say because they are together okay they are together now I'm talking about proximity what is proximity how objects are closer to one another how they are closer whether these two and these two are close these two and these are close how are they close this part is close this part is close and this part is close right so we are going to arrange the elements here closer to one another that is called as proximity put on this diagram example so put a circle here because it is in close proximity this is considered as one group this is one group this is one group అయిపోయిందా? Proximity. Next write on similarity. Second principle is similarity. What do you mean by similarity? Similar. So how do you identify whether they are similar or not? Write on objects that are of the same shape or size or color are perceived as related or part of the same group or part of the same group. Now I'll ask you one normal question in this class. What are Gestalt principles? You have to tell me. I told you two things. One is proximity, one is similarity. Now you have to choose an example. I'll ask one of them to stand up. Those two examples you have to give me. One is what? Proximity. One is similarity. Fast ga. తొందరగా ఇప్పుడు మిమ్మల్ని ఏం ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అడగబోతున్నా అనేది మీరు చెప్పాలి. మీ క్లాస్ నుంచే మీరు నాకు సిమిలారిటీ ప్రాక్సిమిటీ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయాలి. ఎలా చేస్తారు? ఎట్లా చేస్తారు? మిమ్మల్ని నేను ఇప్పుడు ఒక గీస్టాల్ట్ ప్రిన్సిపల్ అని అడుగుతా. ఇప్పుడు మీలోనే ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయాలి. డోంట్ టేక్ ఎనీ అదర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్. యువర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఓన్లీ హావ్ టు టేక్. Till then, take down the next one. All of them you can explain together. Write down the next one. Closure. 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 It refers to the tendency to perceive the whole, the WHOLE, whole in objects. To perceive the WHOLE, whole in objects, filling in the necessary missing bits of information. Filling in the necessary missing bits, BITS, bits of information. Next one, continuity. Elements which are ordered in line or a software seems more related to each other than elements which are ordered randomly. Next, enclosure.